Hey guys, Rev here, and today I want to talk a little bit about the quote-unquote Dinakeri nerfs in Rogue Lineage. Now, if you didn't know, Dinakeri's like one of my favorite races in Rogue Lineage. Literally, I like Dinakeri more than Seraph. It's always been like a total favorite of mine. I haven't thought about it too much, but I'm pretty sure Dinakeri is like my favorite race in the game. Maybe I need to make like a tier list or something, but anyways, if you didn't know, the other day, or maybe like a week or two ago, Archmage actually quote-unquote nerfed Dinakeri, and I actually want to talk about those changes and why I actually prefer Dinakeri now rather than I did before the changes, and talk about how that changes Dinakeri today, and whether or not it's actually stronger or weaker. Alright, let's look what the update actually was. First of all, Rune Berserk is now activated as Soul Rips M2. The Berserk is actually only applying to melee attacks now, and they nerfed the damage that Berserk does without the Desigil Rune Mastery passive. Okay, so first of all, the Rune Berserk is only being activated with Soul Rips M2 is actually really good. Now, if anybody's ever played Dinakeri before, you know how annoying it is to accidentally pop a rune while you're training mana or anything. And that's really just quality of life. Like, it feels a lot smoother to play Dinakeri now. If you pop a rune, it's because you meant to or you're dumb. And that's insanely good. Like, I don't know how to explain to you how annoying it was to be charging mana just like brain deadly, you know, like just hanging around with your friends, charging mana, hitting the top of the mana bar over and over again, and then bam, you popped a rune, now you have to go get that rune back somehow. It's super annoying. And yeah, also, this also means that basically if somebody cancels your mana, you can pop a rune. Now, if people don't understand how powerful this is, like, literally, what countered Dinakeri's and Dark Sigils a lot of the time was D-Sig just not allowing them to pop a rune. They literally couldn't pop a rune because they had mana. Their mana was completely locked. Like, they couldn't do anything about it. And if your mana was locked, then you couldn't pop a rune. That was the end of the story. And now you literally just click the right-click button and you have full mana for like 30 seconds or however long it is. I've never actually measured the time, but it's insane. It's basically Rig and Flood, but you have 16 of them. Not to mention the rune bug that's happening right now. I don't know if by the time you're watching this video, the rune bug will still be out, but you literally can pop runes off cooldown. Well, not off cooldown. There is no cooldown, is what I'm trying to say. You can pop runes infinitely. You're going to see that in the clip that I'm playing right now. This clip's actually from my Church Knight Necro Iron Lineage. So, but yeah. What was it called? Yeah, the Soul Riv M2 is really good. I really enjoy that update. Even like, it's just super good. Also, not to mention that this actually allows for a lot of combo extenders as well. Not extenders, but a lot of the time when you're comboing Dinakeri, you couldn't control whether or not you would hit them while you're comboing, because you'd have to pop a rune and then hope you hit a combo. But now, if you're playing Oni and you knock them down and you know they're ragdolled and you know you can confirm a hit in just a moment, you can knock them down, pop a rune instantly without having to sit there and actively charge up your mana to the top for like 5 seconds and then hit them. Now you can just knock them down, ragdoll them, pop the rune really quick, and then hit them. And that's really good for confirming the damage in combos. Now, granted, the damage is less for the melee attacks that we use, but it's still there. There is still extra damage, and it's really good. So, I would take the damage trade-off for being able to pop runes like that any day of the week. That's super good in my opinion, and I think that's pretty much just a trade-off, and for the most part. So, yeah, that's why I really like the Silver M2. You can, for all the utility you have now, like, it's so much more of a flexible move. It makes the race feel so much better to play. The Soul Rip M2 is such a good update, and it's been suggested by so many people so many times. I'm actually really surprised it's just coming to the game now. Well, not really, because the devs like low-key abandoned the game to make Deep Woken, and now it's just Aptorian's developer playground. But yeah, no, the M2 was a great addition. Now, the next thing that got changed in this update was that Berserk now only applies a damage multiplier to melee attacks. Now, a lot of people see this as kind of like a big deal for like, oh, mages got gutted, oh, Dinakeri mages with Philo are useless now, and I think that's just stupid. One of the best perks of being a Dinakeri mage is that you can pop a rune and cast a lot of spells non-stop if you have a Philo, which is just insane, especially if you're like a druid. And I guess they're just mad that they can't one-shot people anymore. I don't know what the whole deal with that is. And I don't know, you use a lot of melee attacks anyways, especially if you're like a druid. You can snap Verdians and then action surge them with a sword or something. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like too big of a deal for me. Also, I guess it's also a little bit biased because I normally play classes like Oni and melee classes generally. I don't really find myself playing mage that often anyways, so Yeah, it's not a big deal for me. I don't think it's that big of a deal in general. So yeah, no, I'm totally fine with the melee change, and I don't really want to be getting killed by 100 damage magic moves from Dinakeri's anyways. So yeah, no, this change is fine. It's kind of like irrelevant, in my opinion. It's not a huge deal. Now the next thing to talk about here is that Ark said he nerfed the multiplier for berserk damage without Dark Sigil Rune Mastery. And this makes a lot of sense because my Dinakeri Oni, which I showed in my like killing or was it beating up subscribers video, would literally one shot, like it would do like 200 damage. I don't know how much. I don't know how many of you guys know like how much 200 damage is when it comes to like health bars and stuff, but that's more than a fresh spawn wearing a little bit of armor plus a sigil helmet. It'll literally just destroy you. Like it would one shot. It would do a disgusting amount of damage to people. So especially with this new M2 update, you need that to have to get nerfed, because if it still existed with the M2 update with Soul Rip, then Dinakeri's would be running around one-shotting people for free. It would be disgusting. I actually haven't seen like a full like comparison as to how much more damage Dinakeri's do now. It might be too little. He said he clarified that it wasn't completely removed, just nerfed, which leads me to believe that the damage multiplier is like disgustingly tiny, which if it is, then I feel like it should scale a little bit with like days or maybe some sort of other progression to to let you get your damage back, because I feel like that does need to do a little bit of damage. It's like a fun part of Dinakeri, I guess. I don't know, or maybe not, I don't know. But I think to compete with other like 1% races, it does need to do a decent amount of extra damage, but obviously not one-shot combos like it was doing. But I'm not too bothered by it. Even still, I really like the race, even if it doesn't do like an absurd amount of damage. But it's whatever. I should probably do an extensive damage test, but if you don't understand, if you played the game before this damage nerf came out and you ever got hit by a Dinakeri combo, literally what's it called, Rising Dragon into a Misogi will actually do like, I don't know, it does like half of a Night Lord's armor wearing sigil helmet. It's actually disgusting. So if you demon flip into that and then it's gross. It's unbeatable. It does way too much damage, and anybody who got hit by it can attest to that. So this is a needed nerf, but I actually haven't tested myself how much it actually did get nerfed, but it was needed. So yeah, yeah. Also, I did forget to mention how good Dinakeri is for solo progressing. So we talked about all the changes already, but I just want to talk about how good Dinakeri already is without the changes or what got affected by changes. Literally, Soul Rip gives you so much chaotic. It's the easiest, not easiest, but it's really, really helpful for progressing chaotic races, because for some reason the developers of this game decided to make the chaotic requirements like 60 grips, which is just it's a lot. That's a lot of killing people, and that can be shortened down to like 15 grips for Dinakeri, and each of those grips gives you a rune, and runes allow you to just get away from almost any situation. Well, so it's great for solo players. It's amazing. As you saw in the clip just now, I killed a guy and then he called his ultra buddy to gate to me and try to kill me. I got a huge lag spike there, but still I would have just popped a rune and just ran away. And it's good for that reason. Like literally, if you're stuck in any bad situation except for the one that I'm about to show you, you can get away from most situations by just popping a rune, and it's actually super good. I don't know how to express how good it is, but yeah, you get a ton of chaotic really fast by eating people with eating their souls, and then you, on top of getting all that chaotic, you also get runes, which are super good. Let you run around, get around places faster, get to places you normally can't get to. Get away from bad situations, so it's really good in that regard as well. So overall, did Dinakeris get nerfed or buffed? And this is something that I'm kind of debating on a little bit. I think I'm actually kind of leaning towards they actually got buffed, just because of the pure quality of life. First of all, quality of life is huge for Dinakeris. With the Soul Rip M2, I think that's insane, and the utility of it, of being able to pop it whenever you want. You can pop it mid-combo if you want, you can pop it while you're getting comboed. You can literally pop it whenever you want to now, which is super great, super amazing. The no cooldown thing makes Dinakeri really, really, really strong right now, but I'm sure that's going to get changed eventually. I've already told Archmage about it, so hopefully something gets changed about it, or maybe it's just a new mechanic of Dinakeri. And if so, it's really strong. No, not really strong. It's strong. It's very strong. But it's not game breaking by any means. I don't think. Having it have no cooldown is completely game breaking, but it's very good. Did Dinakeri get nerfed? The damage got nerfed, but the thing is, I don't really consider that a nerf. I just called it a balance. I really just want to call it a balance because then my reasoning is because it was broken. It was stupid. It was literally unbeatable. Literally, Deep Knights would pop a rune and one combo somebody with one chain pull. Absolutely broken, nuts. So did it get quote unquote nerfed? Sure, but is it buffed overall? In my opinion, yes. I think it's a better race now overall. It has the utility that it didn't have before, and literally, it's still able to pop runes. Now think about it. If you're a Deep Knight and before you were popping a rune, one-shotting people, now when you chain pull somebody, you can pop a rune as soon as you know you landed the chain pull. That way you're getting confirmed extra damage instead of popping a rune and then mindlessly swinging and hoping you got it. So now Dinakeri has more of a skill cap to it as well, because now you need to know when to pop a rune and be able to have the reflexes to know you can pop a rune now and do more damage. I think Dinakeri got buffed. It's still one of my favorite races of all time. It's so fun. It's really good for solo progressing. If you roll this race into your solo progressor, literally take it. It's so good. You can get a lot of classes with this race, and yeah. So yeah, overall, I think in my opinion, it did get buffed, and that's probably a controversial opinion. People are probably gonna have disagreements with me. If you have any disagreements, leave it in the comments below. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for coming to the video. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you subscribe if you enjoy my content. I work hard on making videos. I make them as often as I can, as long as my motivation lets me. But yeah. I love Dinakeri gang, and see you guys in the next one. Peace.